see, make sure we started. All right, I think we are live. All right, let's go.
Yep.
Let's get you full screen right here. Full screen. So I'm gonna check the chat. Well, I'm gonna check our video, make sure you getting a I guess a good quality picture. If not, then we gotta do off cameras. That's fine.
Okay. Well, we'll try it out. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm looking at you right now. It seems okay. It seems okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, what's up, everybody? What's up? It's your boy, Reboot, and I'm back again with another. Well, I'm gonna say another. Well, I guess no, it's the second one. Our second Alex and Real show, and I think our first one was last Sunday when we was talking about IGN and their nonsense, and we didn't. I guess we didn't have the official name of the show. So basically, yeah, this is the official Alex and Real show, and we got some stuff to talk about. We talk about the Switch, talk about the pros and the cons, and what we like about the presentation, what we don't like about the presentation, what Nintendo needs to do to improve, and we got some stuff to talk about. So just sit in, get your popcorn, get your drinks, and just relax, man. We got a good show. What's going on, Alex? Doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing good. I just got out of the theater, watched Underworld. It's called Blood Battle or something. That was a good movie.
I didn't even know they had Underworld, another one. Was that the fourth movie?
It like flew under the radar. I totally forgot about it, but I went and saw it today. I tried out the new theater. They had the reclining chairs. It was like a lazy boy chair.
Oh,
really? You
really?
could lean back and put your feet up. Oh my god, this was so good. That's the only way to watch movies.
So I what was that last Underworld? Was it Underworld? Hold on, what was the last one? Underworld.
The last one was that prequel one.
The prequel.
So I don't really count that one.
You remember the name of it?
No, the names are just generic names. I just remember Underworld.
Oh, well, somebody said, "Where's my cap?" Where's my cap at, man? I know, man. I'm everywhere, man. Let me find my cap right quick. Just a second.
Okay, here it is. So the first one was Underworld, then Underworld Evolution, then Underworld Rise of the Lycan, then Underworld Awakening, now Underworld Blood Wars.
Okay, cool. Is that better, guys? The Ultra Beast cap.
Shit.
What's up? All right, let's see who's in the chat. Oh, damn, it's 21 watching already. Cool. All right.
I just moved over from Nia's stream straight over to here.
All right. All right, what's up, everybody? Let's say who's in the chat. Got Justin, Mr. EJ Johnston, Dave J. Dave J is our moderator for now on. Yeah, let's keep that chat clean. Who else?
No stuff.
Yeah, Sakura. Who else? Jack Shit. I know I saw Nia. What's up, Nia? I know she's in there. BC Rivers, Nate Bullock.
Nick is here. Look at this hating ass Nick. Squidward.
What's up, Rule Breaker? What's going on? What's up, Vinny? All right, who else? Who else is here? Super Nerd. What's up, Super Nerd? Agent RCat. He was in your stream earlier. What's going on, man? Neil. What's going on, Neil? Okay, that's all that's right now. Okay. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, it's your boy Rick Game 27. Like I say, back again. What's
Sega?
Oh God, don't start that Sega shit, man. Ultra Beast was a beast back then. Yeah, I'm messing up my intro. But yeah,
I just noticed that the picture of Samus you have there, haters gonna hate. What the hell?
Hey, it's true. They're hating anything. But yeah. All right, we got a show for y'all tonight. We want to talk a little bit more about the Switch. We didn't really get down to details about the presentation. I wanted to talk a little bit more about that the other day after the stream from, I guess, January 12th when we had that presentation. But I want to just dig in a little bit deeper on how we feel about it because I want to be truthful on how I feel about it. There's some good, there's some bad, there's a little bit of ugly. So, overall, me and Alex, we still love the Switch. We still getting it day one. And if you hadn't pre-ordered right now, it's sold out completely everywhere. It's sold out. You can go on Walmart, GameStop, Toys R Us, go on the website. It's unavailable. And this thing has a possibility of selling a lot of units. And I was reading an article earlier, and Reggie Fils-Aimé said they going to make sure that they're not going to make that same mistake. What they did with the mini NES Classic, undershipping them, all that. So I guess basically, hopefully they will basically give some more shipment pretty soon, because there is a waiting list. A lot of people is waiting right now, and I'm really glad that I actually got my pre-order a few hours after that presentation. I woke up extra early to go to GameStop. I was like fifth in line, and whenever the GameStop was open, it was like 25 in all waiting. So yeah, man. Okay, let's go ahead and just get down to the presentation. Okay, Alex, like, what do you think about the? Let's get a little detail. Okay, what do you think about the first 20 minutes of the presentation? Was you upset about that?
The first 20 minutes of the presentation gave me flashbacks of the Wii U. It gave me flashes of droughts and suffering. That's what the first 20 minutes gave me, man. Heart attacks, man. That's what it gave. And then they showed Mario, and then I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, man. That first 20 minutes, that was rough.
It is rough, because it was like, oh my God, they trying to get the Wii crowd again, and they tried with the Wii U and didn't work. What are you doing, Nintendo? What are you doing? So yeah, man, like, don't get me wrong, that ARMS game looks interesting.
ARMS looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it looks.
Once they kind of said behind the scenes you can play the game without motion controls, I'm more into it now. I don't like motion controls. I always make that very clear. I think they're pointless. But you can play the game with normal controls, so that makes it better, I think.
Options. That what makes everything better. It's options.
Yeah, options is always a nice thing.
And speaking of options, that new Splatoon game, looks like we get to have an option of voice chat, because they mentioned about that, but you have to have an app for that. What do you think about that? Do you think Nintendo's still falling behind times on that, because they didn't put it on the console? Or I think doing it on the phone is pretty dope, because I have my phone with me all the time. But some people will still cry about it. Like, I would like it on my console, but my phone is with me 24/7, so I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Like, you have your phone with you all the time. I need to see it in action.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, I could just download Skype and we could talk over Skype. You know what I mean? Like, what makes their app so special that I have to use it to have voice chat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is the app also going to let me invite you to the game directly through the phone, and then it pops up on their Switch and you join that way? Is that how we make a party chat? Like, they didn't talk about it. They just kind of said there's an app you need to download to use voice chat. That's very bizarre. Like, using the cell phone for voice chat, I don't necessarily have a problem with. I just need them to show us how it's done. I think it's to lighten the load on the system, so there's not unnecessary extra apps running on the system to bog it down. Maybe that's the reasoning behind it. And again, a lot of people have cell phones. Maybe that's what they're doing, but they didn't talk about it. I need to see how it works. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's one of the cons about the presentation. It just wasn't enough presented to us, and it was short. Like, it was a lot of stuff that we found out after the presentation. But whenever you are doing a presentation in front of millions of people worldwide, and when you leave a bunch of information out, then it's going to confuse the consumers. And what happened at E3, was it 2011? A lot of consumers got confused. And I'm starting to see a repeat here. But I guess with the Joy-Cons, at least they spent 20 minutes explaining on how everything worked. So
a lot of Joy-Con talk.
It was a lot of Joy-Con talk. I understand what they said. It is a really cool tech. It's cool. A lot of people would rather have power than this new tech that Nintendo is putting on. I think it's really cool, but we still don't know the specifics on the specs of this console. People talking about
they were never going to talk about that.
No, they're never going to talk about it. We're not going to get any kind of details until this Switch gets released day one, until somebody break it down. So only thing that we got is that it's going to be right next to Xbox One as far as power level. And we've been saying
it's
this
around there. Like, that's what to expect. My only thing is, like, I get that they want this console to cater to everyone, and that's one of the biggest advantages of this console. It's the only Nintendo console that can cater to casuals, hardcore console gamers, and handheld gamers. This console does all of that. But these casual gamers, they're not the ones that are watching this presentation. They're not the ones up at 11 at night streaming, like watching, excited for this brand new console. They don't care. They're going to see it on YouTube, on TV later. That's when they watch this kind of stuff. So to spend so much time, like, talking about 1-2 switch and ARMS and, like, the Joy-Cons and what they do, it's like, that's not what the people who are staying up at night are waiting for, you know? Like, leave that stuff for the commercials, the TV commercials. Because people see 1-2 switch on TV. Those are the casual guys that are being like, oh, shit, that's awesome. I need to go buy a Switch.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is majority of the hardcore gamers that stand up late to watch this. Because, yes, because the casuals, they don't know what's going on.
A lot of people had a problem with that presentation.
Yeah. You know, but overall, like, if you're a Nintendo fan, you're going to be satisfied because you get Mario, that beautiful looking Mario game is coming out this year. Zelda is day one. And I know a lot of people said the launch lineup is lackluster, in which I think it is lackluster. But I would choose this lineup over the Wii U. I'm going to explain. Because this Zelda game is so huge that it could keep me busy for weeks or even months. That's just how big this game is. I love Zelda. And I think the reason why there's not going to be as many games at launch because a lot of these third parties do not want them, jeopardizing their sales right alongside with Zelda. You remember the launch of Twilight Princess with the GameCube and the Wii? It sold 3 million copies within the first couple of weeks. 3 million, guys. And this game shits on Twilight Princess. So that's why I think that they're going to wait until people, I guess, finish up playing Zelda. So I'm thinking maybe the following week we'll probably get some more releases. But for now on, whatever game they put out, a Mario, or Zelda, or Star Fox. Well, I don't even say Star Fox. Just a Smash Brothers or a Mario Kart, like a big heavy hitter game. Like, they gotta make sure that the third parties release their games, even if it's multi-plats or exclusives. Release it a few weeks afterwards because we know who's going to show up to buy those Nintendo games. It's going to be the Nintendo people. Nintendo is catering this console, not only just Xbox dudes or PlayStation dudes. They cater this towards not only the Wii U dudes, they cater to the 3DS dudes. Mostly 3DS and Wii U owners.
Nintendo fan console first. That's what it is. It's for Wii U owners. It's for the Wii owners that have lapsed, and it's for 3DS owners. That's who it's for. It's not for people coming in with their Xbox and their PlayStation and wanting more multi-plat games. it's not for that. And the sooner you get that out of your head, the sooner you're gonna realize this console's gonna have a lot of good Nintendo stuff. Yeah, if you don't like Nintendo stuff, that's cool, but this just isn't the console.
Like, I think what Nintendo is trying to do, they trying to get that stigma out of everybody's minds that they always got to be the cheapest on the market, the cheapest products. No, Nintendo do not want their console to be known as a secondary console. That's what they don't want. Like, a lot of these Xbox dudes, these PlayStation dudes, they always want Nintendo to be last. They want their console to be secondary and cheap. They want their OLEDs to be free. They want it to be really affordable so they can spend so much money on their preferred console of choice, so much money on the accessories, the peripherals. But when it comes to Nintendo, it has to be dirt cheap. But they want 4K.
Like, how else are they supposed to afford $400 PSVRs when the Switch is so expensive?
That's what I'm saying.
No, they gotta keep that price down so you can go buy VR headsets.
This is what I've been telling everybody. Nintendo systems is for Nintendo fans. If you don't like Zelda, if you don't like Star Fox, you don't like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, like Zaire, for example, he does not like Nintendo characters at all. But he wants multiplats on the Switch. But he buys his multiplats on Xbox. He's a pro Xbox channel. Like, I just don't understand. Like, every time I ask him that question, I said, Zaire, stop dodging the question. Are you gonna buy these multiplats on the Switch, or are you gonna buy on your Scorpio? Why you keep trolling us about the Scorpio gonna be really the powerful thing ever? But it's just a lot of, not only from him, it's a lot of hypocrisy from everybody. Like these PlayStation dudes, mostly Xbox dudes. Like
it's mostly Xbox guys.
Probably because they're crying because there's no games. They're crying.
I guess.
Like
these dudes know the Switch is gonna outsell the Scorpio, and that's obvious. The Scorpio is a niche product. It offers nothing to gaming. It offers nothing in general because you can already play the same games on your standard Xbox One. You can play it on your Xbox One S, and thanks to Phil Spencer, you can also play them on Windows 10 PC. So the Scorpio's in a weird position where, yeah, it's a more powerful console, but you could have an even more powerful computer if you wanted, and you can have it today.
That's what bothers me about these gamers.
Pointless as far as I'm concerned.
People hypes up the Pro, the freaking Scorpio power this, power that, 4K this, 4K that. If you want a native 4K 60 frames per second gaming machine, get a fucking PC and stop all your crying and your bitching. But it's really mostly Xbox dudes that's crying because a lot of PlayStation dudes like the Rated D, Brandon from Brandon's Back, they loving this because you know why? They got games that appeal to them, Japanese games. And as far as, speaking of Japanese, like a lot of people was expecting a lot of Western third parties to be in Japan. You got to remember, Japanese going to cater towards the Japanese audience. That's what the Treehouse is for, like Levelhead said. That's what the Treehouse is for. So it caters towards us, and they showed us more games that we didn't know about in the presentation. And they said more games to come. They said they got like 80-something third-party games in development right now. They didn't say that with the Wii U during that presentation. We didn't know anything. They basically, towards the end of the event, they said there's more information, go on their website. More information, go on their website. If you want to know more, go on their website. That's what he said.
The only problem I have with them doing that is your big reveal for the console. That's your first shot. That's what people are paying most attention to. Most people aren't going to sit through a 5-hour live stream of the Treehouse. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the media is not going to sit through that. They're not going to make articles about 5-hour live streams of the Treehouse. They're going to talk about the event. The event is what's going to be in front of people, and that event shows that they have 5 games at launch and only one of them's good.
So if we can start over about that presentation, and basically we got the same time limit, 1 hour. What is your suggestion to Nintendo, or what should they show for that 1 hour?
They should have showed the more of the console at first. That they should have explained how the UI works. They completely glossed over the fact that we're paying for online now. They kind of said, the console's gonna be $299. And hey, you have to pay for online, and then they just went straight into Joy-Cons. Like, you didn't explain if they've rebuilt their network. They haven't explained how the UI works with your phone for voice chat and all that stuff. They left all these things out, and they just talked about Joy-Cons for 20 minutes. We didn't need 20 minutes of Joy-Cons. Like, I get they're excited about the technology, and they're like, it's a more advanced Wiimote with better rumble features and stuff, and that's cool and all, but like, it's just a Wiimote with better rumble and the little buttons that you can turn sideways. Like, that didn't need 20 minutes.
It didn't. It didn't.
I thought they should have showed more first-party games, because like, we got ARMS, we had 1-2 Switch, Zelda, Splatoon 2, and Mario Kart 8. They didn't even tell us that Mario Kart 8 is coming out in April. They left that for the Treehouse. Like, why? Mario Kart 8 is your best-selling game on the Wii U. Why wouldn't you tell people it's coming in a month after the system drops? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and we gotta remember, like, a lot of people didn't know the Wii U existed, man. So basically, Mario 8 Deluxe is practically is brand new.
Yes, that's gonna be new to a lot of people.
So just look at the fact that Mario Kart Wii sold 30+ million. And Mario Kart 7 for the DS. So how many? About 15 or 20 million for the 3DS. Mario Kart 7. That game is still selling like crazy as I speak right now. That's one of your biggest sellers of all time, and they left it as a montage. That I didn't understand that. So basically,
Mario Kart 8 doesn't have any new tracks. I understand that, but it has a completely redone battle mode, which has new courses in that, and it has new characters. And you can hold 2 items now instead of 1, and they have new items in the game that completely changes the dynamic of the game.
Yeah.
Sorry if
So
you're mad about that, but it does.
as hype I am with the Switch this year, like I say, we got some heavy hitters coming out. You know, like Zelda. We've been waiting on that for like fucking years, since 2011. Zelda,
5 years now.
Zelda, Splatoon 2, Xenoblade 2,
I'm
freaking
surprised how
Mario.
quickly they got Splatoon 2 out.
So Mario Kart. These are some freaking heavy hitters. Okay, let me repeat. Xenoblade 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda. What was the other one? Splatoon 2. These 5 games is coming out this year. These 5 heavy hitters. Back in 2014. Yeah, back in 2014, we had a similar year, something similar to that. You know, but we didn't have as many games. We got these big heavy hitters like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 8. That was basically technically that was on your only heavy hitters. Hyrule Warriors is so decent, but it did not sell like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. You know, we got Bayonetta. Oh, that's kind of a niche game. Like, it's so decent, but it didn't sell like Mario and Smash Brothers. But when you have Mario Kart, Splatoon 2, in which is a huge success. You got freaking Fire Emblem. Like, so it's a fan base out there for Fire Emblem. Like, Fire Emblem is getting really popular. Like I said, man, I see a lot of good with this Switch for this year, but it's up to Nintendo to advertise this thing. And I felt that with this presentation, it was kind of lackluster with that, because Mario Kart, you should have shown that with that. And when you start a presentation, you're supposed to show a heavy hitter. Well, when they ended the presentation, they ended with a heavy hitter, and I love you. You got to end with a bang. But when you do any kind of presentation, you got to start with a bang. You got to end with a bang. Maybe with the Joy-Con stuff and the arms and the 1-2 switch, maybe you put that kind of in the middle. You put in the middle.
You don't start the show with that stuff.
But like I don't know. Maybe it's the Japanese culture. They're a lot different from us, but I don't know. If they want to understand on how we operate, on what we like out here in the West, even though that's what most of their money is in the West, then they should have known that you're supposed to start your presentation with a bang, or if you're not going to start it with a bang, extend the presentation. It should have been extended, you know. But the games got me very, very excited. I really am excited. Am I worried about the Switch going to be a failure? No, because they are catering the system towards the 3DS. Okay, Alex, you explain this to me. Why do these people keep on thinking that this system's supposed to cater towards the Xbox and the PlayStation fans, and they just don't understand that Nintendo is trying to capture that 3DS crowd? Maybe you can explain that.
Because they're stupid. What else is there to say?
I just don't know.
These guys live in a bubble, man. They think all that there is in gaming is Sony and Microsoft and multi-plat games. In their little world, the 3DS doesn't even exist, even though it's outsold both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One.
Like our buddy from last night, when he talking about the Switch gonna be garbage, and I brought up the 3DS numbers, the sales numbers. You know, I said as soon as Nintendo bring up the 3DS and the Wii U owners to the Switch, that's like almost 80+ million. He said all he had to say was the 3DS is garbage. That was his only defense, is the 3DS is garbage. It's not about if it's garbage to you.
So effectively, he's saying 60 million people bought garbage.
That's what he's saying.
Like, what a retard. Like, what a retarded thing to say. I don't know why it's so hard for these mouth breathers to understand this, but the Switch is for Nintendo fans first, and then everybody else second. Like, what is so hard to understand from this? Is their console that they're focusing on getting their own fan base back. Like, they lost a lot of them. They all just went to the 3DS. Mm-hmm. This console is going to bring everyone onto one device. Yeah. I know that's hard for some of these dudes to understand, but this is not going to be a third-party multi-plat box.
Even though if it was, I'm gonna still play my third parties on my Xbox, because the Xbox has the best online. It has the best online. My achievements is established on an Xbox. The only way if I buy multiplats on the Switch, if I have a lot of friends and maybe if they got some kind of achievement system, I wish they would have it. I doubt it, but I got to start over. And plus, the multiplats is going to look a lot worse on the Switch. I'm just being honest, you know. But honestly,
they don't seem to be the same version. Like we saw. The FIFA game, it's a standalone FIFA game made just for the Switch. And we saw with Skyrim, it's not the same one that they just released on the Xbox One and PS4. It seems like they're specifically made for the Switch, which is not a bad thing. It's just like you're not going to get the same experience because they have to factor in taking it out on the go. It's going to be slightly different.
Gamer Nick, he said he called them homosexuals. Oh my gosh, man!
We all know the term for Scorpio guys is Scorpios.
Scorpios. Yeah, I guess some of y'all that just tuned in. Let me see who's in the chat. We got 40 plus viewing, I believe. What's up, Tony? What's up, Carl Street? Who else is here? Phantom R. What's going on, Phantom? Who else is here? Who else? Chariot Man Videos. What's up, buddy? Let me see. Unforgiving. What's up? MLG Red Dude Panda. What's going on? Mr. Game in Chat. What's up? I said Gamer Nick. What's going on, Gamer Nick? Let me see.
Gamer Nick is trash.
Danny Ingram. What's going on? What's going on, Danny? Danny. Who else? I try to get everybody. What's up, Liquid Metal? What's going on, bro? Okay, I think that's everybody. If I didn't call your name, say something. I'll try to give everybody a shout out. But yeah, before we start the stream, we basically was talking about the lack of games for the launch lineup, and I hope that there's more games to come. I know we got like about a little bit of was it like a month and a half whenever this Switch is released. So that should give them plenty of time to give us more games, give us more information. So I'm not gonna completely just take to a fact that this the only games that we're getting at launch, because the only games that I know is 1-2 Switch, Arms, Zelda, I believe Ultra Street Fighter 2.
I got the list here. There's an echo again.
Oh, it is.
Oh, is it gone?
I don't know. I don't hear no echo.
I still hear it there. Okay, now it's gone.
Okay.
Okay, so Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 1-2 Switch, Super Bomberman R, Skylanders, Imaginators, and Just Dance 2017. And it says these other games are coming out in March, but it doesn't specify on day one. Snipper Clippers, whatever that is, Fast Racing Remix, and Has Been Heroes.
So that right there, I would have a big issue if that's the only launch lineup, because people have been waiting over 2 years for a lot of games for the Nintendo system. We use Wii owner. I'm a Wii owner. I'm not Wii U owner. It's been lackluster on the Wii U for the past 2 years, and I thought that the Switch was gonna come out with a bang. Give us a lot of games. I'm not saying give us Mario and Zelda the same day, because it would be impossible to find a Switch. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But like, you gotta get some. If you gotta get some ports from some older third parties, to just get some games to make it more appealing to buy the system, because not everybody plays Zelda. Even though I think
if you look at this launch lineup, it's Zelda, which is a core game. Then the other one, the rest of them are casual games, like 1-2 Switch, Just Dance, Skylanders. You could even, I guess, put Bomberman in the casual area because they're promoting it as like a little local multiplayer game. But for some reason, they're charging full price for it, which I don't understand.
I don't understand. Like, I like Bomberman, but I'm not paying full price for that. How much did you say Street Fighter 2? Ultra Street Fighter 2? Because I want to get that. 40 or 50?
I can't remember.
If it's 40, I will get it. I know they said they have online on that, and that's pretty good, because
it has online.
We need online.
They added 2 more characters.
Violent Ryu and no. Evil Ryu and Violent Ken is the new characters.
Yeah.
So no, I saw the stream. You get to play it in the 16-bit mode, or you could play in the high definition, the HD mode. So I liked that. Cool. It was pretty cool. I saw the stream. I was like, that's pretty cool. Put some new moves on there. I was like, man, that's pretty dope. So that got me to, be like, okay, maybe I will try this game out. I do love Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2 is one of my all-time favorite games of all time. But I won't pay $60 for that. I'm sorry. If I won't pay $60 for Street Fighter 5, I sure as hell won't pay $60 for technically a 20-year-old game. I'm just being honest. I paid $25 for Street Fighter 5, and I still thought it wasn't good enough. That's just how lackluster the content was on that. But I don't know, man. But yeah, like we can agree that the presentation should have been extended. They should have started off with a bang. Of course, they ended with a bang, but they spent too much time, trying to explain the Joy-Cons. And like I say, it's Japanese culture. They're different. When that dude on stage was doing that little pose, that little Splatoon pose, that was like very cringe. Like, what the hell was that? Was he like Retro Bro said? Did he actually think he was an anime character doing that little pose? You remember that?
That was weird.
That was very weird. Like, you see stuff like that in anime because I watch anime. Did he actually think he was an anime character? Like,
I guess. That was pretty funny though. Oh, man, echo again.
Oh my god. Oh, you hear an echo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know, man. But like I say, overall, the presentation was not bad. It was lackluster. It wasn't as bad as y'all think. But the reason why a lot of people saying it's bad because there was a lack of Western third parties there. A lot of these people just want third parties. That's what it is. And we've been saying this for a while. If you want third parties, get an Xbox, get a PlayStation, get a PC. But it doesn't mean that the Switch is not going to get third parties. But it's been announced that there's over 80 games in development for the Switch. So what Nintendo is doing is making sure that we got ongoing support for the Switch for the next at least 2 to 3 years. Like, if he said over 80 games, that's like 2-3 years worth of games. That's a lot of games. They want to make sure they won't have that same. They won't make that same mistake that they did with the Wii U. They was depending on third parties to support the Wii U. But with this Switch, I felt that they was actually. Yeah, with this Switch, I feel that they actually in talk with third parties. If they funding some of these games, make sure that they get these games. Like, you gotta better communicate yourself with third parties, and that's what I saw with
this. They set themselves up this time to be more future proof when it comes to third parties and porting games over. So like, it's not as big of a deal, but at the same time, like they have enough people working on the games and enough IPs this time around that they could hold this console down on their own and then have third-party exclusives to fill gaps. That's what I think anyways. Because when you merge Wii U and 3DS together, that's a strong lineup.
It is a strong lineup. Like, Fire Emblem. Like, did you see a Fire Emblem on the Wii U?
Nope.
Unless you want to count the cross ActivesiNGaming, the sessions. What was the name of that game? Were they supposed to be like a cross between Fire Emblem and
then it turned into Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Sessions, like, that was a weird name. Like, I heard from a few people said the game was good, but the game came out at a bad time. Like,
yeah, well, they brought that game out to die. Like, honestly, that game should have been pushed over to the Switch and been a launch title or something.
Yeah, and by Nintendo basically trying to give us a Fire Emblem game. I know it's a Fire Emblem Warriors, so it's gonna be kind of like a Hyrule Wars. But actually, no, we do have a Fire Emblem game, don't we? No, there's another Fire Emblem, I believe.
On the Wii U?
No, on the Switch. There's another Fire Emblem.
No, that's a Shin Megami game.
Oh, okay. See, I get them mixed up because I'm not really into that series, but I will do want to play those type of games. Okay, so we got Shin Megami Tensei. I know, actually, Dragon Quest 1-2 Heroes is announced for this year. And
Dragon Quest 10 and 11.
Oh, it's 10 and 11. No. Yeah, 10 and 11 is announced, but they got more Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. They got two Dragon Quests packed in. I think so. They got 2 Dragon Quest games packed in.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, that is confirmed to come out this year. So, if you're a huge JRPG fan, then the Switch is definitely for you. I know OJ, our buddy OJ, a Player Essence, he loves JRPGs, so that's why he was so excited for the Switch. We can.
Xenoblade 2. I can't believe they showed it already.
I couldn't believe that too. Like, I remember with the Wii U, like whenever they showed that, like we didn't see the game like more footage like 3 years later. Like, I don't know what that was. Like, come on, man. We can't do that no more. After that lackluster Wii U generation, like the games that you showed, like we need these games ASAP because these last 2 years, or the Wii U, like you really hadn't gave us any kind of games. Like you barely supported the system, so that should give Nintendo a lot more time to give us a lot of games within the first few years for the Switch. And if you could support the Switch, give us a lot of games. A lot of games generate a lot of sales. A lot of sales mean more third parties to put games on your system. You know, that's basically why I said it's up to Nintendo. It's up to Nintendo to give us a really good system. When I say really good system, give us really good games. Because, like I say, man, with the Wii, if motion controls didn't turn out the way it did, then the Wii wouldn't got all that third party support. Even though some of that shit was shovelware, but since it's sold that many units, you know, they got some Call of Duty games, they got some Dead Spaces, they got some Maddens and NBA 2K, they got those games.
Got their own versions of them.
Yeah, they got those games.
Very unique to the other versions, which is better. Like, at the end of the day, like, why would you want the exact same version you could get on the PS4, Xbox One, or PC? Like, it's not gonna look as good. The only difference is you can take it out on the go with you, which is cool. But like, I would rather them make exclusive games for the Switch, so there's actually a reason to go get it.
And just looking at the Joy-Cons, it has what you call it, the IR pointer. Like, that's pretty damn cool for a shooter. I'm just being honest. That's really cool. If you play shooters, I think they onto something. But, you know, with that is we have options to play the games whatever you want. With a Pro Controller, with the Joy-Cons, with the tablet, take it on the go. Like, I don't understand like why a lot of these people keep complaining about the Joy-Cons, complaining about the price of the Pro Controller. Like, y'all gotta remember the price of the
Pro Controller is expensive.
Yes, yeah. You're right. But then again, those same guys they didn't complain about the price of the DualShock 4. It's like $65. But the DualShock 4 has a NFC chip in it? Does it have a?
Yeah, it has a lot of shit in
Does it have an IO pointer? Like, all that is built in the Pro Controller. It's all that tech for that Pro Controller, $5 more than the DualShock. Like, I'm just telling you what's more worth.
Xbox One controllers what, $60?
Yeah, all controllers are $60 and above.
Yeah, but these are $70 though. This is expensive. I think it costs a little more than it should. If
that controller didn't have a IO pointer and an NFC chip reader, then how much you think it should have cost? Because the Pro Controller for the Wii U didn't.
Fire blaster in it. Only the Joy-Con has that.
You got the what's that?
The Pro Controller.
No, the Pro Controller is motion control. It's motion controls.
You know, I know it has gyro controls, but it doesn't have like an IR blaster though.
Did the Pro Controller on the Wii U had gyro? No, it did not. No, I had one. It did not have one.
The Wii U one didn't.
No, it didn't have one. So that was like $40 for that Pro Controller.
Yeah. I wonder if this Pro Controller still has the 80-hour battery life, though. I hope so.
I heard it's 40. I heard it's 40.
It's because of the gyros, probably.
Probably so. But what's the battery life on the...
Still, like, the thing that annoys me is they raised the price and they did all this shit, but it's still digital triggers. That's not analog triggers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they confirmed it.
Analog triggers. So you said it's digital triggers?
It's digital, not analog.
Really?
Analog's better.
Yeah, you're right about that. But 40-hour battery life, that's pretty damn good. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. It's better than my DualShock controller here with its 4 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We both got a PS4 and we know the struggles of plugging that controller in as we're playing the game. I
don't understand why this controller runs out of power so fast.
I don't understand either, man. But you know, like I say, man, it's a lot of hypocrisy in this community. Like we can tell the truth. Be like, yes, there is problems with I'm not saying there's problems with the Switch because the Switch is a good console. There was problems with the presentation on how they presented this. There was a problem on the lack of games for the launch lineup. Like we don't know. They're not telling us. Like you can't present this in front of millions of people in this world. You know, that's been desperately waiting for this presentation for years as their Wii U continuously collecting dust. They want to know, are y'all going to bring it, Nintendo? Are y'all going to bring it? Do I feel they bring it? Like, as far as this year goes, I would say yes, because they got a lot of heavy hitter games that will sell consoles. They got console sellers that's coming out this year. But as far as the launch lineup, no, they did not bring it with the launch lineup. But as far as
the launch lineup's not great.
It's
but
not.
The first year lineup
it's good.
It's solid.
It's better than
you have Zelda, and then the next month you have Mario Kart, and then in the summer you have Splatoon and Xenoblade 2, and then you end the year off with
Mario Odyssey.
Freaking crazy.
And you still got the Dragon Quest, all these Dragon Quest games that's coming out.
Right.
You got the Shin Megami Tensei, you got the Fire Emblem, and you got those third parties that's supposed to be coming on the Switch. You got, don't forget Sonic Mania, don't forget the Project Sonic 2017. Like, there is games that's coming out, a lot of games. The problem with Nintendo is they did not tell us what all the games that's coming out for 2017. They did not tell us that. So that's why a lot of people is basically on the fence of buying it. But at the same time, the Switches is nowhere to be found because it's sold out everywhere. A lot of people was convinced to buy.
GameStop already announced today that they've run out of pre-orders.
They out. GameStop is out. Amazon is out. Go on eBay. People are already selling it for like $500 on eBay, $500-$600. I was like, man, hell no, forget that.
Oh damn!
I'm about to switch to play it, man. I ain't got time to do all that, man. That's just too much, man. Like, if it cannot be that serious, man. Like, if you need money that bad, get another job. Go back to school, get a degree or something, man. Like, goddamn, these scalpers. You know what, Alex? No, you one of those scalpers too. Hey, you bought an NES Mini.
I don't go out and buy like 10 and resell them for like 3-4 times as much.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Hell, you scalper. You need to go back to school.
I sold an NES Mini, so what you gonna do about it?
You broke bastard. Okay, we got 45 watching right now. Cool, man. Yeah, man, this my streams has been consistent these past few days, man. I really appreciate y'all because we getting like 40 plus viewers, like average now of these past few days. So like I said, man, I really appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all like my thumbnail, man? Y'all like my thumbnail? I'm pretty pissed off about the Cowboys, man. They was down by 18 points, and it took them, a while to come alive. They came alive, but they came alive at the wrong time. And I was really pissed off because that last drive that they had, I felt that they shouldn't have spiked that ball. If you watch the Cowboys, why the hell did they spike the damn ball? They spiked the ball and they had a timeout left. That did not make sense. And when you had a great quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, you get him 40-something seconds. Man, oh my God, I'm so fucking pissed. But yeah, I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. I'm fucking pissed. I am so fucking mad. That team was good enough to win the Super Bowl. That's how good that team was. But anyway, I don't want to talk about football because y'all don't watch football in Canada. Y'all watch that garbage hockey shit. So that's
hockey's the superior sport played by real men. That's okay. But there was another misstep. I think Nintendo had a very good opportunity in this presentation to take a jab at both Microsoft and Sony, and that's with the use of cartridges. Because Nintendo is going to have the only console on the market where you don't have to install the games directly to the hard drive. You can just plug the cartridge into the device and you can just go gaming like instantly. No more 2-hour installs before you can play your game. No more filling up your hard drive with like 4 games. Like, they don't have that problem. That's a huge benefit.
It's one thing that
that's the biggest advantage of consoles. Like, just like the plug and play aspect of consoles, they're the only ones that have it. They didn't even talk about it. They didn't even show the game card in that presentation at all.
No, they didn't. Like, there's a lot of good things about this Switch in which they refuse to say anything about it. But it is one thing that got me to basically be a little concerned. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna say concerned because I buy physical copies, but if you like digital copies, then I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. You probably have to get extended hard drive.
If you're going digital, you have to buy.
You have to buy extended hard drive.
There's only 32 gigs of storage on board, and some of it's used up by the OS. They said Zelda Breath of the Wild will take up half your storage if you buy it digitally, of course.
Yeah, but I still think digital game is still irrelevant compared to physical because a lot of people still buy physical. But it would have been, they should have still put more storage in there just in case there's a lot of people that actually likes to buy their games digital. I know Obi-Wan, he loves his stuff digital. He don't buy no physical unless Nintendo gives it to him. But there's a lot of people that likes.
Also, I prefer to go physical while you can.
Yeah, I would say go
So a
physical.
lot of the times you can get the games cheaper physical than you can digital, which makes no sense.
And you could sell it to somebody. You can trade it in. There's more value.
Yeah, there's more options.
More value with physical because the physical games compare versus digital games. They're the same price. It shouldn't be the same price. So that's why
digital games should always be $10 to $15 cheaper than the physical one because they don't have to produce the disc, or in this case a cartridge. They don't have to make the case for that. They don't have to ship it out to stores. They're saving money and they're not passing the savings on to you, which is like a problem I have with digital games on consoles.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, that's like a really great deal for the Switch. Like you plug and play. Like, well, how many hours it took you?
One of the best things about consoles that we lost this generation. Like
how many hours?
Aspect of plug and play gaming, we lost that this generation.
Like that new Call of Duty. How long did it take to install on your Xbox?
Like at least an hour.
No.
And for me, I had like Halo 5 was a nightmare. It took me 2 days to install Halo 5 because they were having connection issues and it couldn't install on the hard drive correctly. It's like, this is fucking garbage.
Yeah, like that would kind of piss me off.
I hated was like you come home with your game, you put it into your disk drive, and you just kind of sit there staring as it's installing for at least an hour.
Shit, Destiny took me 3 hours. Destiny. When Destiny came out, 3 fucking hours, dude. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why is there not enough people complaining about that shit? So I'm really...
Man, everyone's so complacent when it comes to shit like this. Like, at this point, there are barely any advantages that... Like plug and play gaming was always an advantage console had over PC. They don't have that anymore. They threw away that advantage because they decided, oh, we're going to install the games on the hard drive. Like, it's so stupid. Oh, man, I'm so happy that we're not going to have that problem with the Switch. Like, that's, like, one of the most exciting things about it. Like, just plug it in and play. No 1-2 hour install times. Oh, it's so good. I don't know why they're not talking about it. I think that's...
Yeah, that would have excited everybody. Like, I'm just so... pissed. Like, I love my Xbox, I love my PlayStation, but that is the most annoying thing. You got this brand new game that just came out, you can't wait to play it, but you gotta wait an hour. Oh my fucking god. Remember that time we tried to play Halo 5 and oh my god, I had to do an update. I think I needed to update like 13 gigs. I didn't even play that night. It was you and Zen and G-Rock. Y'all play Halo. I didn't even play. I was like, you guys would be fucking kidding me, man. I was like, this is fucking bullshit, man. 4 fucking hours, man. But yes, that's what I love about the Switch, man. It brings a breath of fresh air with these damn systems, with these consoles. So PlayStation owners, Xbox owners, many of y'all Xbox owners, why do y'all want the Switch to be the same? I don't understand. That's why I like Nintendo, because whenever I want to get away from these realistic games, these blood and gore and all that bullshit, I want to go on the other side and play my Mario, play my Zelda, play Donkey Kong, play Star Fox and Metroid.
Remember, man, these guys, they don't like variety. It's been proven over and over.
No, it's Xbox. It's you know, it's mainly Xbox.
Specifically Xbox.
Xbox.
Fans here. Not every Xbox person is like this, but clearly a large majority are. They don't like variety. They don't buy their exclusives that are new. Sunset Overdrive, Recore, Quantum Break, brand new IPs, excellent games. They all sold poorly. They just want to play first-person shooters, third-person shooters, and racing games. You lost Scalebound because of effectively lack of interest, because they could have got it running on that console, but there's no demand for it, so Phil Spencer just cut it off.
I
Like,
believe
they threw more money at that game and got it to work, but he's not going to see the return. He knows it, and they canceled it.
I believe that.
Like, I don't know, it's stupid, man. Like these kind of. That's what's better about the Sony fan base, I guess. They're more diverse. That's why you get more variety on Sony's console, and the same thing with PC. Like, there's a lot of variety on PC. It's just Xbox. It's just like racers and shooters. That's why everyone always says Xbox is for racers and shooters, because it's true.
That is true. That's sad and pathetic, because you know, PlayStation gamers, it's for racers and shooters and freaking JRPGs, survival horror, everything you can think of, you could get on the PlayStation. Even platformers like Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Dexter, Crash Bandicoot, like all those games you can get on your PlayStation. That's why PlayStation has been killing it, because they have a diverse lineup of games, whatever you want to play. So
they have a great variety of games. And the only good thing Xbox has in their favor is they do have those multi-plat games, so you still get those as a backup. But like this generation, especially, like I wouldn't say every, but majority of the multi-plat games will run better on PlayStation. They run better on PC. So Xbox is like stuck with this VCR that plays the game. They have the worst version of almost every multi-plat.
Yeah.
And then their exclusives are like so limited, and they don't even have exclusives anymore because Phil Spencer puts them on the PC, which I'm grateful for, because I think I like playing it on PC because they run better, they look better, and it's just a good thing he's done that. But at the same time, it almost kills Xbox.
You know, I know Phil Spencer, he's been doing the best he can with the Xbox brand. But, you know, we all felt that he was doing a lot better like last year, you know, with the introduction of backwards compatibility, with that good E3, showing all these these good games that we thought was going to actually come out, but they keep canceling shit, you know. But as time went on,
He's the boogeyman. He's coming for all your exclusives.
As time went on, like, I was like, okay, last year we didn't get many exclusives. Like, the E3 was hype as hell, but it may seem like we was getting a lot of exclusives that was coming out, but we only got like 4. That was Quantum Break, Forza, Recore, Gears, Dead Rising 4 is not exclusive, it's time exclusive. So 4 exclusives in 2016. And 2017, Scalebound is canceled. Cuphead, I don't know what the hell's going on with Cuphead. So I guess it's still coming out. You got Cuphead.
That's supposed to be summer 2017.
There's still no release date. Sea of Thieves, still no release date. It says Q2, but no release date. Halo Wars 2, yeah, it has a release. That's the only game that has a release date. Crackdown 3, no release date. There is no release dates. Like, what is going on with the exclusive lineup with Microsoft? So basically with the Xbox, it's only good for multiplats. So that's why I keep telling these Xbox guys, why you crying up
the worst version of the multiplats.
Yeah, basically until the Scorpio comes out. So they got another 11 months or 10 months of hyping up the Scorpio.
Have fun, I guess. Have fun waiting for a console to play the same games you can play on your current console. I hope it's worth the wait. I really do. Right
now, Switch is on my mind because I have a lot of games that I can play that is not on the Xbox, that is not on PlayStation or the PC. That's why I respect Nintendo, because they offer a lot of fun, you know, for their products that they give us. And of course, you won't be able to play it on PlayStation because that's their pride and joy. You know, even though everybody want Nintendo to go third party, Phil Spencer, he would love for Mario to go on Xbox. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. You know, the reason why they want them to go on the other system because they know that it sells well. Nintendo character is the most iconic character. No. Mario is the most iconic character in the world. I don't care if y'all little ponies want to throw out Crash Bandicoot or Nathan Drake or freaking, I won't say Last of Us. That's still a new IP. Like, nobody, or even a Master Chief, like, he's an iconic character, but not like Mario. Mario has been there for over 30 years. So nobody can touch Mario.
Even with Master Chief, they're trying to get rid of him now.
They're trying to get rid of him with your buddy Locke, your favorite character, Locke.
Locke sucks, man. He's terrible.
You know you love Locke.
I can't stand him. He's awful. I hope they don't put him on the forefront for the next game.
I really hope they make a Halo 6 because we need
Of course they are. It's Halo.
You're right about that. Like they the story was okay. I felt that it was lacking a lot. I felt it was shorter, but the multiplayer is what brought it out. Like, the multiplayer is freaking fun. That's like one of the best multiplayers, you know, this generation. They got, you know, they're like Microsoft, they gave us a lot of free content on the multiplayer. Not only is free, it's fun. So I kind of felt that they took a lot of their energy of making, you know, I guess making their single player campaign, you know, more attractive, but they put all that effort into their multiplayer. You know, that's why we had the discussion. I was like, shouldn't they make a separate game? Like, make one game multiplayer, make one game a single player, because having a good single player and a good multiplayer, it's just, we don't have many of them. We don't. Look at Doom.
I'd say 343 3 is just not that good because like the Gears of War team coalition, they were able to get it done the first time. They had a good single player and good multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. Like I did enjoy both. So we just don't have many of them. I don't really care for the multiplayer on Uncharted. Don't care for the multiplayer on The Last of Us. But the single player is freaking good. I love it. Maybe because I'm a majority of a single player person than multiplayer. That's just basically what I always play. I rarely play multiplayer. I play it every once in a while, but I got a huge backlog of games, single player games that I need to beat, and it's kind of hard trying to squeeze in multiplayer with the single player games I need to beat. So I don't know. I know you the same way. You don't play as many multiplayer, as a lot of people in this community. I know you did say you're more of a single player type of person.
Mm-hmm. There's some multiplayer games I'll play a lot of.
I know you play Paladins. I know you play Paladins a lot.
Yeah, I like Paladins.
Yeah.
I can't really get into Overwatch. I don't know why.
I never played Overwatch. Never did. Okay.
Like same thing with COD. Like I don't play COD online anymore because it's just like
it's the same thing.
It's just a camper fest. It's not fun anymore. I like Mario Kart online. I don't like Smash Brothers online. I think that runs like shit. Maybe the Switch version will be better.
Yes. Since you
online service,
since you brought that up, we didn't really talk about the online service. Like I know they trying to get more serious with their online. They didn't really. That's another thing that they really didn't talk about.
Charge for online. Get ready, guys.
Like they didn't tell us the price. They didn't tell us. What actually they did tell us it's going to have voice chat, but it's through our phones, and a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that.
What's crazy though? When you get, how Xbox Live and PS4 Plus or whatever, they give you games every month, like the games with gold or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Do you know how Nintendo's handling this?
Yep. One month.
Every month, you're gonna get one NES or Super NES game, and then after that month is finished, they're gonna take the game away from you.
Yeah, that right there.
Like, what is that?
That's like oh my god, I would say that's the EA shit, but I think EA did better than that. Like, damn, man, that's I don't know what to say about that.
They already have 2 examples with PS Plus and Xbox Live of how to give out monthly games. Like Xbox gives you 4 games a month because of backwards compatibility. Sony gives you 2 games a month. Nintendo's gonna give you an NES game for 1 month and then take it away.
I thought it was Super NES.
It's either you get either an NES or Super NES game. It's gonna vary month to month.
Oh my god! So that determines the price. Like if they trying to be $60 a year like Microsoft and Sony, I'd be kick rocks Nintendo. Like $60 a year.
Yeah, if you're talking about like I have to connect my phone to this thing and I get an NES game for a 1 month rental. I can't see this thing being $60.
Like online gaming is very huge, and Nintendo cannot fuck this up. If they trying to charge $60, then I just don't know how to feel about that. I don't. I know a lot of people buy Nintendo for single player.
To be on, like if they're gonna charge the same as Sony and Microsoft, it has to be at least the same quality and the same kind of features.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like we know Nintendo partnered with DNA to fix their online system, so I'm confident that their online network for the Switch will be much better than the Wii U's. I just wish they would have confirmed it at that conference and explained, like got DNA up there, being like, hey guys, we revamped their online network. This is why we're charging for you now. This is what you're gonna get with it. This is like. Boom, 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 boom. Just it wouldn't even take that long, but they just completely breezed over it. They're just like, oh, you're gonna get free online until the fall, then we're gonna start charging it. Oh, hey, here's some Joy-Cons. And like that, they just went straight into Joy-Cons.
It's like this, man. If Nintendo, if they try not to give us no kind of trophies or some kind of achievement system, and they trying to charge us, let's say $30 a year. How would you feel about that? And let's say they're online as at least on par with PlayStation. How do you feel about that?
I don't think they're gonna surpass Xbox Live just because this is what Microsoft does. They're a services company. They have the best online network. That's a fact. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be around PS4 online, and if they're doing $30 a year, that's good. That's half the price of what Sony's offering. But obviously, you don't get the same kind of benefits of like 2 games that you get to keep. So, but for $30 a year, I think that'd be fine. I think 60 and then doing this rental nonsense, I think that's a problem. I think what would have been cooler for them to do, and they're the only company that could get that has the backlog to do this, is get the virtual console set up like Netflix, build it into the online price, and then every month you can just like stream NES and SNES games as much as you want. As long as you have your subscription, that would be awesome.
That would be good. Like, do kind of similar to what Sony is doing with the PlayStation Now. I kind of
like PS Now. Yeah.
Actually, with the PS Now, I know a lot of people shit on it, but I like it. I'm gonna be honest with you because I missed out on the PS3. I know you missed out on the PS3. There's a lot of games on there that I've been playing.
Well, the PS4 has so many PS3 games.
Yeah, I got a lot of PS3 games, so there's no point of me buying a PS3 because right now I'm on a subscription service right now. Like I have access to over 500 PlayStation 3 games, and I've been playing them like Resident Evil, Code Veronica. I missed out on Code Veronica. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I play every single Resident Evil game that ever came out, and whenever I saw that on my PS Now, I was like, "Oh man, are you serious?" Like I was like, man, this game I missed out on. I asked a lot of people, how was Code Veronica? They was like, that was an awesome game. You missed out on that? I was like, yeah, I did miss out on it. I was like, yeah. It was like, go ahead and try it out. So I tried it out. I love that game. It's really good. I've been playing some Telltale games on there, like Walking Dead 1 and 2, season 1 and 2.
That's a good series.
Yeah, I played it on Xbox, but I replayed it on my PS Now. You know, I've been playing some what's that shoot that dang it, House of the Dead. I've been playing some few House of the Dead games on there. I've been playing a lot of games on PS Now. I hadn't been playing it, lately, but whenever I was, hardcore at playing it, I was playing the shit out of it. So if you are interested in that, I would say don't do the month to month. That is a ripoff. Do the year. Just pay the $100, and I guarantee you, by the end of the year, you will play a shitload of PS3 games, the games that you missed. I know a lot of people was freaking saying it's a ripoff. It is a ripoff if only you don't play it that much. But if you missed out on it, then it's not a ripoff. Unless you want to buy PS3 games and buy a lot of pre-owned games for like $12 or $15 a pop. That doesn't equal to 500 games. Just being honest. So I could vouch for Sony with that, but it's different with me. I didn't own a PS3, so maybe y'all had a PS3.
Like if you've already played those games, there's not much reason to sign up for it.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right about that.
I totally didn't even know about this one. Nintendo has confirmed that they're they're not going to use Street Pass or Miiverse going forward.
Oh, y'all heard about that. We didn't really talk about the other thing. We get, like, basically, if you know other people that have Switches, you go to a Wi-Fi place and play Mario Kart. Up to 8 Switches.
That's freaking awesome, man.
That is awesome.
You can connect eight Switches together and do local play. It's like having your own LAN party on the go. That shit's amazing.
At least they brought that up in the presentation. I could give them that. That is a really cool feature.
That was cool. The way they brought it up was good too.
Yeah, so that's a really cool feature. I would love to do it. I'm pretty sure I will run into somebody with a Switch because after this thing takes off, because let's be honest. The Wii U, even though I think they said they sold like 400,000 on launch week? 400,000 the Wii U?
Which one?
The Wii U when it launched.
Something I can't remember. That was too long ago.
Because I think Nintendo shipped a shitload of it. I think it was like 6 million. They shipped so many. And it took them a long time to get rid of that. Like, people just wasn't buying it. Like, it started off good, but like a few weeks later or a couple months later, like it was dry. Like, there was basically no games. Third-party games weren't selling. Nintendo, they didn't come out with a heavy hitter. Nintendo Land's not a heavy hitter. New Super Mario Brothers is not a heavy hitter. 3D Mario games are heavy hitters. Those 2D Mario games, it's not a heavy hitter no more. Yes, I know it sold a lot on the.
People have moved on from that. The only good one recently, of course, was Mario Maker, but that's because you got to make your own one.
But you cannot sit here and tell me that even though the lineup is kind of lackluster, but you cannot sit up here and tell me that the Switch is not going to sell day one because of Zelda. It is going to sell like crazy, even though the lineup is not good. But Zelda is going to sell the consoles, just like it did with the
Oh yeah,
with
absolutely.
the
Like
Wii.
having a Zelda game at the launch of your console, it's a good thing, obviously.
Yeah,
And having Mario round out the first year, like that's great. And like an actual 3D Mario, a sandbox open world game, like that's awesome.
yeah,
That Mario game looked incredible.
it does. So, like I said, I'm just really excited. I think
We
how
didn't even
much
talk about this. We didn't even talk about the price of the console yet.
Oh, 300. It's
Yeah.
like there's nothing wrong with that price. Like y'all guys got to remember that's been complaining about the price. Like, do you have an option to take your Xbox on the go or your PlayStation on the go? The closest is the Vita. But you don't play PS4 games on there. That's the closest you can take your PS4 on the go. But with the Switch, you can take whatever game that comes out on the Switch on the go. You get to basically play with people up to 4 Switches at any hotspots nationwide, whatever. But $300 is too much. But you're willing to pay $400 for a Pro. You're willing to pay $500 for the Xbox One when it launched. You're willing to pay $150 for the Elite controller. You're willing to pay $400 for the PlayStation VR. All these accessories, all these peripherals, but when it comes to Nintendo, they're gimmicks. But what about the PlayStation VR? Why I don't really hear gimmicks? Why I don't hear overpriced accessories with the Elite controller? Like, even though I heard really great things about it, but it's still overpriced to me. Like, it's a lot of money. But when it comes to Nintendo always have to be the cheapest because they are your secondary consoles. That's kind of like what we explained earlier. Like, Nintendo always got to be cheap to a lot of y'all guys because y'all want to spend all that money on your preferred console of choice accessories and controllers. But when it comes to Nintendo, no, they have to be the cheapest. If they're not the cheapest, if their console is not pushing 4K, and if it's not $200, and if it doesn't come with a Pro controller, I don't want to buy it. Like, I hear this shit all the time from Xbox dudes and PlayStation dudes. Like, we said this earlier. Nintendo consoles is for Nintendo fans. Not Xbox fans, not PlayStation fans, for Nintendo fans. Because the Nintendo consoles is primary for Nintendo fans, not y'all. That is what they just don't understand.
The Nintendo console, it may, like, guys like Zaire always say this, like, to him, Nintendo is the NES and the Super Nintendo. Like, that was, what, 4 generations ago? Like, companies change, what they offer you change. He should be well aware of this because Xbox is changed a lot, and they're a shell of what they used to be. Nintendo has turned into a company. They make a box for Nintendo games, and then you get a couple third-party exclusives on the side. That's just what it is. The only reason the Wii U was such a colossal failure is because the idea of the console was bad. Mm-hmm. Like having to look down at your gamepad and look back at the TV, that's just a bad idea. And then Nintendo just lost faith and they slowed down production of their own games and moved everything over to the Switch. They couldn't keep the output, and then they kept making games for the 3DS instead because it's obviously cheaper to make games for the 3DS. This console's not going to have that problem. This console has both the home console division and the handheld division working together in one building, making games for the Switch.
Yep.
This is going to be an amazing console for Nintendo fans. This is the first time Nintendo has a console where you can play it at home, you can play it outside, and it still has like the motion control shit for casual people. It's going to cater to everybody. And these guys just don't understand that. All they hear in their mind is, oh, it's not as powerful, not as powerful. It doesn't have third-party multi-plat games. Go play your Xbox for that. And that's what I don't understand about, like, Zaire. Like, me and Real, we get along with Zaire, but we have very different ideas about what Nintendo does now.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not shit talking to it. Actually, I am shit talking to it because he always shit talk to us. But you know, we do it. We do it as a sake of fun. Like, you know, we be on this podcast. Like, he's a cool person, but we do got different perspectives on how we feel about Nintendo. Because first of all, me and Alex, we like Nintendo characters. We like their games. Zaire does not like Nintendo. Zaire wants third-party multiplats on Nintendo. I still don't understand that, Alex. Can you explain that to me? A pro Xbox dude?
I don't understand why.
A pro Xbox dude won't multiplats.
It's just a talking point to talk down about Nintendo and talk up the Scorpio, I assume. But at the same time, like, just look at it this way. If you have all your friends are on Xbox, all your achievements are on Xbox, you've been buying your multiplats on Xbox for the last 2 generations, why would you leave all your friends, leave all your gamer score, and just go over and play the same game you could have played on your Xbox and go play it on Nintendo's console instead? Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense.
I just feel that they just want to cry about something because maybe their preferred console of choice is not providing what they want, so they got to bitch about somebody else. That's probably what it is, man. I don't really see many PlayStation fans crying because their lineup is pretty good. You know, just by having Nintendo come out the Switch, they got a shitload of exclusives to play.
Oh, yeah. Like, right now, like, Sony has a very strong 2017. Obviously, Nintendo's got Zelda and a new console just right around the corner, so they're going to have a great time. The only guys who are having a rough time right now is the exclusive list box.
Nia, you stupid. She said we need a GTA-style Mario game featuring Mario with a gun.
We do.
Man, you'll get Mr. Mamoto a heart attack talking like that, Nia.
Yeah, man. Mario needs to have a gun, run up to some bitch and just turn it sideways.
Oh man, you know how many Mario games will sell on Xbox with Mario with a gun? Oh my God, that was outsell Halo. Jesus, man, they just so about
I agree with you, base video, man. I agree. Nintendo does need a Uncharted style game or Tomb Raider style game.
Yes,
retro would be really good. Yes, something like that.
Yeah, speaking of retro, like what is going on with retro? Like, what they is doing something that we don't know about. Like, how long is it going to take for them to show us what project that they're working on? Because you cannot tell me that Tropical Freeze was their heavy hitter, was that big project that they've been working on. It can't be. It's a 2D side scrolling, man. What is it? Where's Metroid? I want to say Metroid because rumors said that somebody else is making a Metroid game. So who is making? Yeah. What is Retro? What are they doing?
Apparently, like, Reggie teased Metroid today.
Yeah, I heard about that. And Mother 3. He said something about
an old game. Like, it's just gonna be a virtual console game. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with it.
Yeah, you're right about that. I don't get a lot of hate for that one, but yeah. You about to get these Nintendo fans gotta find your place with pitchforks, man. You better be careful, man. But yeah, man. Like, is there anything else you want to talk about? Take some questions.
Let's just take questions. I guess I think we covered everything. We covered the presentation. We covered the price. We covered the fuckboys, I guess.
No, not necessarily. We didn't really talk about fuckboys. We just see, you started that shit, Alex. I wasn't y'all talking about no fuckboys today, man. So I try to tell you, man, you love talking about fuckboys on my channel, but when it comes to your channel, you want to act like you're a saint, man. You ain't
clean over there.
No, ain't no keep it clean. You trying to start something on my channel, whatever, man. You know what? I can take it. I do draw a lot of fuckboys. But yeah, man, let's get some questions out there in the chat, man. It's like 40 plus 45 y'all watching, man. It's been in the 40s all through the stream, man. We reached 52, so yeah, man. Like, thanks for y'all support, man. Let's get some questions before we roll out of here. What's y'all questions in that chat?
Sunday's a good podcast day, I guess.
A good podcast day? I guess so. Base Video. Is he still doing YouTube? I don't really hear from him no more.
I saw he put up a video today.
Oh, he did?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it after this.
Because I remember going to his channel like a few weeks ago. He was gone for like a long time. Like, what the hell's going on? Maybe this YouTube community is too damn toxic for him. And it is. All right. Dave J said, how much are you guys willing to pay for the subscription service?
Huh?
Dave J wanted to know how much are we willing to pay for Nintendo's online?
It depends. It depends what they're going to offer. It depends if it's on par with what's currently available.
Yeah, that too.
Like, I need more information. Like, obviously, the less the better. Like, who wants to pay more for online? Like, this is the first time Nintendo's paying for online.
So what if Nintendo offer achievements? They offer achievements and like 3-4 free games a month. Then is $60 worth it?
I expect that shit though. Like, I expect achievements, and I expect game invites. I expect voice chat. I expect the free games, whatever you want to call it. because that's what Sony and Microsoft have been doing for a while now. And if you're going to be charging like they're charging, then you have to at least offer what they can offer us.
I know Unforgiven, he just said that he's willing to pay $0. I guess I'm going to say this to a lot of Nintendo fans, a lot of people that want free online. Yes, a lot of people love free online, but having free stuff is not going to get you very far, man. If you want high quality online, just high quality products in general, like, you have to pay, man. You got to pay. If you got cable and you want the premium channels, you got to pay extra. If you want premium online, you got to pay the premium price. That's just how it is. If you want premium fuel, you got to pay the premium price. It's you can't ask for more, but you willing to pay less. That's just how I feel about it. If they can have a good online that's a lot superior to the Wii U, I'll be willing to pay for it, because that Smash Brothers was atrocious. I tried to play Smash Brothers online. It was unplayable.
It killed the game for me. Playing Smash Brothers online is a horrible experience.
Oh, it killed the game for me too, man. Like, I started to play the computers, and I was like, man, I would like to play other people, but I can't, because like the service sucks. It does.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the crazy prices for the Joy-Cons and the dock and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's take
for a pair of Joy-Cons.
Okay, let's take a couple more questions. We can get back to that. Maybe we can get back to that. Okay, I think Base Video
Base has a couple questions there.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you say?
Would Nintendo be more successful by marketing the Switch as a less gimmicky console and more like a powerful gimmick-free handheld that you can dock to a TV? So essentially, do you think they should market this as a handheld console that can also be plugged into your TV?
First of all, they said that this is a home console first. I don't know how they're gonna do this. You can't say it's a home console first, but you making all these advertisements about it being a handheld.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
But I honestly think their messaging would have been stronger if you say take all your Nintendo games on the go, and then hey, you can also plug it in at home. Like if the handheld aspect was first, I think then nobody would care about the power.
You know what I think would make...
They're gonna associate it with being a handheld device.
You know what I think will make this a huge blockbuster seller? I put it in the chat earlier, in the Reboot chat. If Nintendo could basically, release a separate handheld and just sell it for $200, I think they will sell like crazy. Give us the option if you want to, buy the handheld. Of course, yeah, the handheld version, or you want to get the one with the dock. So
the dock's $90.
The dock is $90. The Joy-Cons is $80. So that leaves the handheld like a. I won't say the handheld because the Joy-Cons is $80. The dock. Hold on, wait. The Joy-Cons is $80. The dock is how much again? Is it $90? $80?
The dock's $90.
So that's $170. That leaves $130 just for the tablet.
Right.
So basically, the tablet's $130. But if you want the buttons, you gotta get the Joy-Cons. That's an extra $80. So that's basically like $210. But let's just say they come out just with the handheld only, and charge $200. $200 is the exact same price as a 3DS, and the 3DS runs at 240p versus 720p. On the Switch, so that makes that handheld console far superior than the 3DS. And of course, we got people like Atlas, a lot of people from the 3DS department making games for the Switch. So that will make it a lot more attractive to the handheld players. So that's why I said
I think the Switch is like very attractive to the handheld players. Like the first time you can play Nintendo games on the go in HD, like that's a big change. Like I said this before, to 3DS owners moving up to the Switch is a much bigger jump than Wii U owners going over to the Switch. Because the Wii U owners going over to the Switch, they already have HD Nintendo games. It's like kind of whatever. They look similar. But when you go from a 240p screen on the 3DS, and then you jump up to the Switch, now you're playing those games in HD. That's a huge jump. That was like going from the Wii to the Wii U.
Yeah, and another thing, like when I say future-proof, this console is, we all been saying, you've been saying it, Neil been saying, we all been saying this thing is future-proof. Like, in order, like, you don't have to, like, if Nintendo decide to bring out a powerful machine for us, we don't necessarily got to buy another dock. We don't necessarily got to buy whatever. We just need another tablet, and the tablet could probably cost another $100 or $200 for a more powerful tablet.
Yeah,
and if Nintendo wants to get into VR,
to do couple year upgrades, like maybe 2 years down the road, it'd be like, oh, you can use the same Joy-Cons, but here's a new tablet if you want more power.
Yeah, like VR, we can use the Joy-Cons instead of buying another brand new console like the PlayStation VR. You got to pay $400 for a brand new console. Like, stuff like that is future proof. That's what people just don't understand.
The system, like the one that they use, the NVIDIA chip, the X1 or whatever, it's capable of VR. So, like, technically, they could just sell you like a helmet, and then you place the Switch into the helmet and use the Joy-Cons as your controllers. Like, they could have I guess it would be the best VR, I guess, because there's less wires, but the quality wouldn't be as great, I suppose.
Now, it wouldn't be as great unless we get a powerful tablet. It depends.
Right.
So that's why I said it's more future proof than Xbox and Sony, because you got to buy brand new consoles. You don't have to buy a brand new console because you get to keep the dock, we get to keep the Joy-Cons. All we need is a more powerful tablet. That's all we need. If you want VR, just buy the headset because we have the Joy-Cons. Like, come on, man. It's not. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Like, if Nintendo, if they feel that they're in trouble, that not enough Switches is getting sold, what they gonna do? They're going to sell the handheld separately. That's what I'm saying. They're going to sell it separately for like $200. And you remember whenever they gave the 3DS a price drop from $300 to $250? Yeah. What happened? It became a massive seller. That's what I'm saying. So, like, you cannot tell me that this Switch would be a massive seller if they basically sell the handheld separately. That's why I said this thing is future proof. Because, okay, let's look at Xbox. When they wasn't doing so well, what they do? They took away the Kinect. Okay, with the Wii U, we thought they was going to take away the gamepad, but they didn't.
Stubbornly.
They got so stubborn. But with the Switch, you had so many options to play this damn thing. So they could you could be like, look, you don't have to buy the dock. Matter of fact, we can buy the dock separately. We could buy the Joy-Con separately. So since we could buy that separately, then we could still play the handhelds. Like they can still release the handhelds separately. Like with the gamepad, they don't sell them separately. You have to buy a brand new Wii U. They didn't make that future proof. That's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people didn't buy the damn thing. Of course, they didn't like. They just didn't like the Wii U. That's just basically all I gotta say. They didn't like it. Nintendo didn't future proof it. They didn't advertise it. It was just a lot of things that went wrong with the Wii U.
A lot of problems with it. A lot of the problems of the Wii U have been fixed with the Switch, as far as I'm concerned.
I guess
you got rid of the terrible two-screen experience. The console can run modern APIs and modern engines this time. You're not forced into one control scheme, and you can do more stuff with the Switch compared to the Wii U. Like the Wii U, as far as I'm concerned, was like a beta test of the Switch.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, what else we need to talk about? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Or you just want to take some questions?
We can do questions, I guess, unless you want to talk about the accessory prices, but whatever. And we talked about the trigger thing already.
Mm-hmm. I think we did talk about the accessories earlier. They brought up PSVR and the Elite controller and all that. Yeah, I did brought that up.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, let's take some questions then.
Will Sony or Microsoft copy Nintendo? Probably.
Don't they always?
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Everybody copies each other, man. And Nick said, damn, guys, go to sleep. He's being salty again.
Nick, calm down, all right?
All right, what else we got? You said, Base Vidi said, I don't think Sony will copy. If they do, then they will cannibalize their PS4 sales. Nintendo has no console to cannibalize. They are out of the console market. That's what Base Video is saying.
They created the hybrid market. I think they might try stuff like Microsoft has their Surface tablets, and the way Xbox is going, it's becoming more of a service than it is a console. So like all they need to do is put an Xbox app onto the Surface tablet, and you can run the Windows games on it. So like they could have something similar. Obviously, it won't be as good, but they can do something sort of the same. And with Sony, like, I don't think they want to go back to handheld stuff because the Vita was such a massive failure for them.
Yeah, it was a good console though.
Like VR's been a failure for them too.
Well, Sony, they really hadn't even support their Vita like they're supposed to, because the Vita was good. I enjoyed the Vita for what it brought, but no games. If you ain't got no games and no support, you know, people not gonna buy.
That's got games if you like Japanese stuff. Otherwise, it's not so great.
Yeah, that's why it's not doing very well out here in the West. It's still selling out there in Japan. Yeah. It's still selling. You know.
Yeah, in Japan it sells well. Out here, no. it doesn't even exist out here.
Matthew probably said, "What's your thoughts about the Switch having digital triggers?"
It's annoying, honestly, considering the price of the Pro controller. I was hoping we would have analog triggers. It's kind of lame.
Yeah, I kind of wish they gave us an option for that. All right, Carl Street said, "Would it be an achievement system on the Nintendo console?"
There is a patent for it. So I would assume it's coming out for this console.
That's what drives me nuts. Like, we didn't get enough information. Like when you do your presentation about a brand new console, you're supposed to let us know about everything. Just like with Sony, when they did their presentation with the PS4, like, they gave everybody details after details. That's why it's so well. It probably had a lackluster lineup, but it's so well because they presented it the right way. That's why I didn't really like what Nintendo did. They did not present it the right way. They did not give us all the details that we wanted to know. That's what bothered me about it.
I agree, man. Like, when it comes to just the way they handled that presentation, they left out so much stuff and just focused on just unnecessary things.
Yeah.
Like, the people want to know, is your online better this time? Are you going to have the features that Xbox and Sony offer? Are you going to be comparable in that aspect? Like, they said that the Switch has a share button and we can share photos to social media. And they said also that you'll be able to record gameplay in the future through an update. But they mentioned, can you stream? Like, can you stream to YouTube? Can you stream to Twitch?
That's really important. That is important. Because
very
people want that.
Generation. Everybody likes a lot of people like to stream games now. It's fun streaming games and talking to people while you're playing games.
That's
Nintendo's all about having fun together playing games. Like, that's a feature you think they'd be all about.
That's probably why some people crying, because they was like, what's the point of paying $300? They lacking all these features I get on Xbox and PlayStation. That's probably why a lot of people's crying, you know. But at the same time, like, Nintendo got a whole bunch of games that you can't buy on PlayStation and Xbox. They got like a shitload of exclusives.
That's always their strength. They have such a crazy, strong first-party lineup.
Yeah, it's all about their IPs, man. They got a shitload of IPs. Nobody cannot touch Nintendo's IPs. Nobody. Exposing fuckboys is here.
You can play Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U, which in turn means technically the Switch has no launch title. What are you talking about? There's other games on the Switch. I don't know what to tell you, bud. It looks better on the Switch. It runs better on the Switch, and you can take it on the go. I don't see why people would want the Wii U version at this point. Like, why invest more money into a dead console when you can start on a new console? But that's just me.
So probably a lot of people that did not buy the Switch day one because of the lack of shipments, they could probably get a lot of Wii U owners to buy Zelda day one because they don't want to wait. They want to play Zelda.
Right.
But I know Reggie, he did say that he's going to make sure that they won't have no shortages, but they want to take it a safe route this time. Because remember, they launched the Wii U with like 6 million because they thought they was going to hit lightning in the bottle again with the Wii. But turns out they didn't even sell that many. They sell like, it was decent. I think they sold like 400 or 500,000 that launch week. It was decent, but it was nothing like when Nintendo wanted. So that's probably why they're taking a safe route. But I honestly think that those 2 million that they shipping worldwide, it's going to sell out day one. It's going to sell a lot more than the Wii U. Like, Zelda is Zelda is the reason why people want the Switch. There's a reason why people said Nintendo won E3 with one fucking game because that was the most talked about game on social media. It was the most talked about game
The
at
newest
E3.
trailer's already over 4 million views on their YouTube page.
Like, oh man, that pissed off a lot of Xbox dudes and PlayStation dudes. Tell me, what do you mean they won E3? They brought one game. But the hype was there. The hype. Like,
did you notice how once everyone saw that Zelda trailer, nobody's talking about Horizon anymore?
I still want
and
more.
Nobody's talking about Scale, but that one's canceled.
Oh damn! Don't get me wrong. I'm still hyped. I'm still hyped for Horizon. Don't get me wrong. You know, I still want to know what's the story about. I see a lot of gameplay, but what is the story? I love good stories. That's what's kind of basically. I'm kind of worried because it's Guerrilla Games. We know how they operate. They could push good graphics, but the other stuff they could be lackluster.
The good thing about Horizon is like if once you're done with Zelda, by that point, since it is a Sony title, they generally go on sale fairly quickly because there's no multiplayer. So that game you'll be able to get it pretty cheap once you're done with Zelda. So that's a nice plus.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you, like, you know, a lot of PlayStation owners are gonna buy a Switch because, you know, Zelda appeals to PlayStation guys. You know, all these JRPGs, they appeal to PlayStation guys. Like, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Atlas port Persona 5 to the Switch. It wouldn't surprise me. But would they do it on the Xbox? Hell no. You know, Xbox guys gonna buy that.
Of course not.
They're not gonna buy that.
Buy anything unless it has a gun and it looks realistic.
That is so true, man. Okay, what else is in there?
Sad but true.
Let's get some more.
You know what's crazy? Once they announce Forza 7, which they're gonna do at E3, that's gonna be the 5th Forza game on the Xbox One.
5th? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
Forza 5, Forza Horizon 2, Forza 3, Forza 6, Forza Horizon 3, and then Forza 7. That'll be 5 Forza games.
That's why. See, that's why everybody calls Xbox Gears, Forza, and Halo. That is it. Like, if that's all they can offer, then they need to go third party. Like, come on, man. Because their system is known for multi-plats, not many first-party games. That's why I respect Sony so much. That's why they always win every generation. Well, they didn't win last generation, but they was pretty close. Well, not really, because the Wii kicked their ass. But with the PS1, the PS2, nobody came close. I think the PS1 sold over 100 million. The next system that was close was the 64, like 30-something million. That's not even close. The PS2, 150. The original Xbox, about 22 million. That's not even close. You know why that they keep winning these generations? Because they got a lot of games to offer. They got a lot of exclusives. Like, it's all about the exclusives. Like, you know what? Multiplats hadn't really been a thing until the 360 and PS3. But before that, it was about the exclusives. Like, it wasn't about no multiplats on the PS2 because the PS2 had a shitload of exclusives. The PS1 had a shitload of exclusives. So, if Nintendo could take that same approach what Sony did with the PS1 and PS2, get a lot of exclusives that you cannot play on the other consoles, it will bring you a huge fan base. That's what they're lacking. They need a lot more exclusives. If they know they can't hang with the multiplats, then solidify a lot of exclusives. If you get a lot of people on to buy the Switch and it sells really good, then it's going to bring more multiplats. But you got to get those sales first. That's basically what I'm saying. So basically, that's basically all I got to say, man. You got anything else, man? We've been doing this for over an hour and 30.
Good, I guess. This was a pretty fun stream.
Okay, let's get a couple more questions. I know there was a lot more questions in that chat we didn't get to, but yeah, let's get a couple more questions.
Base video, can you imagine playing Breath of the Wild on your Switch while sitting next to someone playing A Link Between Worlds on their 3DS? Yes, I can imagine it, and it's going to be hilarious. They are going to break down and cry.
Yeah, they will cry. What the hell? That's no mommy. I want to Switch.
My Zelda's only 240p.
But these Xbox guys and PlayStation guys, they just don't get it. They don't get what Nintendo is trying to cater this console to. They don't get it. They don't get it.
It doesn't matter. Like, they're never going to buy it anyways. Like, I don't think there's anything to worry about with this console simply because it's a hybrid. So Nintendo's forced to put all their games onto it because you're going to have a lot of games. And a lot of the 3DS guys are going to move over. I think it's safe to say pretty much if you owned a Wii U, you're gonna move over to the Switch, because anyone who owned a Wii U and suffered through that worthless console is gonna move over to the Switch. And a lot of 3DS guys are going to move over because this is going to cater to them as well. So, like, there's going to be a lot of people on this console, which in turn will make more third-party companies interested in making third-party exclusive games. I don't think we're going to get a lot of multiplats. I don't expect it. I just don't see it happening.
Even though if we do get it, you go play it on your PC or your PlayStation 4 or whatever you're trying to get.
Maybe I don't give a shit if we get multiplats on the Switch, because I would never buy them anyways. If they get it, that's cool, and it's not like I don't want them there. But I think it makes more sense to have exclusive third-party games, because it's just one more reason to buy the Switch over, like, the Xbox and PlayStation. But we'll see. Whatever.
Yeah.
What if they come to your hometown in Canada? What are they talking about?
I don't know. Forgive said, can you imagine playing Breath of the Wild sitting next to somebody playing the Vita?
Man, at that point, I would just hand them the Switch and be like, here, you need a friend right now.
Damn. That was a low blow, I forget. That was a low blow. Oh, my gosh.
You're going to PAX if they come to your home. Oh, are you going to PAX? Is that what he's saying? Okay.
When is that?
I don't know. I wanted to go to the PAX that was in Seattle. That one's the closest to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and go this year.
I think it hasn't happened. Reggie, I know somebody, I think Reggie had an interview and somebody asked him about the 3DS. And he basically saying that they're not going to stop production of 3DS. Like, they're going to be their own console. So the 3DS and the Switch is going to exist alongside with each other.
I can't trust Reggie. Why do people trust Reggie? He's a liar.
Well, you really hate him, don't you?
They said the exact same thing about the Wii U. What did they say about the Wii U, Real? We're not giving up on the Wii U. We're going to continue supporting the Wii U. The Switch will be sold alongside the Wii U. Mm-hmm. All of that was a lie. So why would you expect them to continue with the 3DS, which is 5 years old? It has a 240p screen, where they're trying to sell you a brand new console, which is infinitely superior to the 3DS. Like, come on.
So how long? So what do you think? How long do you think
this will be the last year of any support?
You think so?
Nintendo first-party titles on that console.
Because I know that they are getting some games. It's they got that new. I won't say new because they took another exclusive from the Wii U. That Yoshi Woolly World. They took that from the Wii U.
Yeah,
they took
Yoshi. Because that's what you notice now. It's Wii U ports going over to 3DS. It's not really new stuff.
Yeah, it's new to them because
they're slowing down production on it. It only makes sense.
You got to look at it like this.
Logical thing to do.
You got to look at it like this. Like, it's new to them because they refuse to buy a Wii U because they know it's a ghost town over there. There's no games over there.
What's really sad, the 3DS version of that Yoshi game has more content than the Wii U version.
And Hyrule Warriors too have more content for a cheaper price.
Hyrule Warriors have more. The only one that was shit was that Mario Maker. It was like a gimped version of Mario Maker for some reason.
It doesn't matter. 60 million install base. They going where the money is at. Just like with Nintendo, they porting all these Smash Brothers and Mario Karts, and I was about to say a Splatoon. They say it's a sequel.
I'm talking about Stone Fox Media in this chat. What the shit? What are you guys talking about that fraud for?
He don't play games. He already got exposed.
That dude is nothing but a shill. He is not a gamer. That dude is an anime enthusiast. And he does not give a shit about games. He's here just to prop up Sony and talk bad about everything else.
Yep. That is true. Okay, so I guess that's about it, man. Because we working on 2 hours right now. We like an hour and 40.
Oh, damn. It's been 2 hours already?
Almost.
Shit.
I think
Time flies when you're talking about the Switch.
We still got a lot more to cover, but we going to say that for another show. Unless you have anything else.
There's a Fire Emblem Direct next week.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, like, I think it's going to do well because Hyrule Warriors sold pretty well, and Koei Tecmo, I think that was the best-selling Koei Tecmo game, period. Like, their games don't sell like that.
It's the best-selling Warriors game in history.
Yeah, and how many they made? Like, Dynasty Warriors, like 10, 11? They made a lot of them damn games.
Those stupid little games.
That tells
the second they throw Zelda on it, it gets better quality and it sells well.
Because Nintendo supports Nintendo games. That's why. They... You know, when it comes to Nintendo games, yes, they support all their first-party games. That's what I can give to Nintendo. These Xbox mouth breathers, like y'all over talking shit and all that about these sales, talking shit about Sony. Y'all don't buy your damn games. Y'all don't come to buy your exclusives. Where was y'all at when Rise of Tomb Raider came out? Where was y'all at when freaking Sunset Overdrive came out? Where was y'all at? But
Sunset
whenever
Overdrive is one of the best games that came out this generation. It is criminal how poorly it's sold. That game should be a damn.
you know what's so funny? Whenever they put that for free games with gold, it was man, this game is so hype. This game's
that's
my god, yo.
These guys wouldn't even go spend $20 for an exclusive game that's like a top tier game. But the second it's on Xbox, like, oh my god, I've been wanting to play this game since it came out.
Man.
It's been out for like 3 fucking years.
Yeah, man, hey, shut their ass up, man. You know what? I can't get at the crap game. He actually calls them out. That's one thing I can't. Even though he's an ultimate damage controller, but he does call out the Xbox fan base sometimes when sales don't go their way. He does call them out.
He says anything to them is when another one of their exclusives bombs.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only time. Otherwise, he doesn't say anything. He's always talking about Sony all day. Sony this, Sony that, Sony this, Sony that. Sony's numbers aren't true. That's a lie.
Sony. Oh my god. Well, I think that's about it, man. That's about it. You know, it's getting a little late. It's almost 1:00 my time, man. Well, you 2 hours behind me, so you good.
Yeah, it's almost 11 for me.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think we'll cut the stream, man. This was really fun, man. I know the stream that we did last week. I guess that stream when we did the IGN, their little bullshit propaganda they were spewing, their little PlayStation podcast. They couldn't even back up any facts that they were saying. Talking about, believe me, it ain't gonna. What did he say? He said, "Trust me." What did he say? That Brian dude. He said something about trust me about Nintendo Switch. That something was gonna fail.
He said, "Trust me, you don't want 720p VR."
Oh yeah, 720p VR. Why should we trust you? Y'all not even giving us facts. So yeah, man, that was our first Alex and Real podcast. That was last Sunday. So we're gonna try to do at least one of these per week.
Smoother, no video hiccups, so that's good.
Okay, cool. So okay. So we could do it again. I'm not sure whenever we'll do it. Like whenever you're free. Yeah, I guess I got all the time in the world. So like I said, man, me as far as doing these solo streams. I'll probably do another one tomorrow. I think my wife she's supposed to be doing something, see her dad, whatever. But I'll probably talk to y'all guys. I like to talk to y'all, man. I like doing this. I know I asked a question about do y'all want me to do regular videos or like do constant streams so I can actually talk to y'all. And a lot of y'all want me to to do streams, and it's doing good. My views it's going up on my channel. And I want to first of all thank all y'all guys. I really appreciate y'all support, and I appreciate y'all new subscribers. I'm looking at like some newcomers, and I'm seeing like the same people coming, like these new people that just came in these past few weeks. It's like y'all keep coming back, and I really appreciate that, man. I really do. So y'all just make sure that y'all subscribe to Alex. His channel is in the link of my link in the description below. It's ActivesiN. So ActivesiNGaming. It should be on there. ActivesiN. It's either ActivesiN or ActivesiNGaming. It's in my description box. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him. He does. Matter of fact, you can talk for yourself. What do you do on your channel?
We do mostly news over there and some podcasts every Monday. No, not Monday. Every Tuesday we do a Nintendo centric podcast called Team Red Talks Nintendo, and that's primarily with myself, Nia, and Kuuppon. So yeah, that's always fun. Of course, we're on Real's podcast on Thursday, and sometimes I'll do news videos as well, and then some live streams, play some games as well, of course. So yeah, make sure to check out the channel, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000. I'm sitting around 850, so let's bump that up.
Yeah, let's get to 1,000, man. Get them to 1,000. So all the people that's been subscribed to my channel, all your new people that's been subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe to him. Man. He makes pretty good content, man. He does his own podcast. He did a solo podcast earlier, and we trying to make a name for ourselves in this community, man. We trying to clean up these YouTube streets, man. These
we need to get rid of these crazy Xbox guys that are speaking for Xbox, man. Like, I'm tired of these dudes speaking for Xbox. None of these dudes speak for me.
That is so true, man. So, but yeah, like I say, man, just continuously support your boys, support me, support Alex, support the team. Every Thursday we do the Real Talk with the Real Gamer podcast. That's at 8:00 Central Time. That's 9:00 Eastern Pacific. Every Thursday, you make sure you come to this channel every Thursday. That's my main podcast. But as far as me doing videos during the day, I can't really give you an exact time. It's gonna probably be between 10 o'clock in the morning to like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 2 o'clock. So around that time, I'll be doing some solo streams. So, just look out for your boy, look out for his content tomorrow and, next day and all that. I won't be doing a video on the 19th. That's my wife's birthday, so I can't do no YouTube. If I do YouTube on her birthday, she's going to chase me with a frying pan. So yeah, man. Like I said, I really appreciate y'all for coming, and I guess do your little outro, Alex.
All right, what's going on, people? ActivesiN here. I'm surprised so many of you guys showed up this late in the stream. Thanks for coming out today. It was a lot of fun. We like talking to you guys. We like talking about Nintendo. It's a good time to be a Nintendo fan right now. And yeah, I guess we'll make sure to check out on Tuesday for the Team Red Talks Nintendo podcast. And of course, we will see you guys on Thursday for Real Talk, where we go in on these fuckboys. That's where it gets done.
Super Nerd said, who's hyped for Scalebound? Oh, damn, y'all. Damn. That's messed up, Super Nerd.
I was hyped for Scalebound.
Damn, you're wrong. You're wrong for that. Actually, I was hyped for it, to Mr. Axeman Phil himself.
That was one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Oh, man, damn, Phil.
Took that from me.
Damn. Now I'm sad, Super Nerd. You would bring that up. But yeah, man, I guess this is your boy RealGaming27. And like I said, I really appreciate y'all for joining. Y'all make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you plan on leaving a comment, if you got any other questions for us, leave a comment as soon as this podcast upload on my video. Leave me some questions. I will get back to y'all questions as soon as I can. I try to answer back to a lot of y'all. That's what I do. That's why I like to do a solo podcast. I like to talk to y'all one-on-one. And if you just, if I do a regular video, I always, type you back. I'm not gonna leave y'all out, man. I try to interact with at least most of y'all, unless you're a fuckboy. I don't fuck with y'all fuckboys. But you make sure you follow us. Follow us on Twitter. My Twitter name is the same as my YouTube name, RealGamer27, and ActivesiN Twitter. What's your Twitter?
Let me check.
You don't even know your own Twitter?
ActivesiNGaming.
Okay, his Twitter name is ActivesiNGaming. That's his Twitter name. So you make sure you follow us, subscribe to the channels, and once again, this is your boy RealGamer27, and y'all have a good day. Peace out. And no Cowboys, man, no.